Well, I wish I didn't have to be talking to you guys about this tonight, to be honest, but we're going to have to. And you're going to find out what exactly it is when we come back. I hate to have to talk about it, but category is point differential. We talked about it preseason, hoping things would change, and so far they have not. Heading into week, 4 in the NFL season, take a look at how the Steelers compare to the rest of the AFC North. They are the only team in the division right now with a negative differential and obviously have been outscored significantly. To me, Trubisky's decision-making seemed to be off last weekend. Mahler, I know you had been talking about it, saying he threw those shots downfield, but then it looked like he was kind of making the wrong decisions at times, trying to force it downfield, missing guys then. He seemed inconsistent. I don't know who's calling the plays at this point. I don't know whose fault it is, who to blame, but I feel like a lot of us think this is a game of checkers, and they're turning it into a game of chess at this point. I don't know. What do you guys think?
1 of 9 on third downs. That's not going to cut it, and that's a big reason why they didn't score any points, right?
Turning it into Connect 4, Hannah. You're being too nice. I don't think
Candyland or something.
Well, I used to. Hold on. Let's not besmirch Candyland. I was the greatest cheater at Candyland in history, but we don't have time to go into that. As a 7-year-old, my parents.
Are you hiding the princess card under your lap?
Listen, maybe they need to hide their best plays like I hid Queen Frostine way into that deck, and then I would advance right to the end. No, here.
Look. Let me make this point before you make your point. I hate to say it. I hate to go with what the coach speak here. But if Deontay Johnson makes that catch, could be a different story. If Chase Claypool makes that catch, it could be a different story. That would extend drives, and that would not extend the Browns' drives. So it might be more points for the Steelers, less points for the Browns.
Richie, I don't want to argue with you and call you ordinary or your point ordinary again, but that's the same story from the Patriots game. What if Cam Sutton doesn't drop the interception? What if Gunnar Olszewski doesn't fumble the ensuing punt? They're on a razor's edge. They have no margin for error, and that's a problem. That's because your offense isn't very good. Hannah, to your point, you said, is Mitch Trubisky making the wrong decisions? We know it's Canada calling the plays because we know Trubisky doesn't have the autonomy to actually audible out of things. Here's just a very basic phrase, guys. AJ, this is one we hear all the time, I think. You've got to keep your eyes up the field when you're moving around in the pocket. And Mitch Trubisky does not do that. I think when he moves around, he's got his eyes locked on one target, and the defense can see that and lock on that very same target. That's the Freiermuth play where they cut it up from behind in the end zone view. Freiermuth standing uncovered in the middle of the field, but he decides early in that Browns game he's taking a shot down the field to Deontay Johnson.
I think it is a matter of Mitch playing scared to make a mistake versus playing to win. Period. I also think everything should be open with this playbook, with Matt Canada getting as much criticism and this entire offense getting as much criticism as it has gotten. Throw everything out there. Mitch is allowed to audible. Be as creative as you have ever been. Brian Clark even called him out recently as far as saying, like, his play calling is the same as it was years ago. Like, show us something new, Matt. Like, I want to see it all this Sunday against the Jets. If you cannot show and wow everybody against the Jets, then there needs to be major changes in week 5.
Hey, what do you got to lose, Hannah? Just maybe scrap the entire playbook and draw something else up. Like Ben would do, draw something in the dirt.